responding. Sometimes it could happen at random, folks. Otherwise, sometimes it could be the feeling of wanting to get out, a feeling of suffocation, jida thada saah ਘੁੱਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, and you could be in a public environment and you might feel that you need to get out from that crowd. That is also claustrophobia, but could also be panic attacks. So we need to become mindful about that too. Great. And that's where you would want to get out of that space. Sometimes people get at night. There's no time or there's no space that we could say it would happen at this point and moment. It could be when you're driving. It could be because a panic attack or stress is because you're going to take a driving test or having your exams or going into a new job. A lot of people right now are feeling, are they going to be able to get back to work and feel secure? I did a Reiki session this morning, and there was a huge response and appreciation when I do the 9 o'clock Reiki meditation and healing session every morning at 9 o'clock. And I thought, yeah, how poignant is it to reflect on that show and then do the live radio show today just for my lovely viewers. It could happen when you're asleep, and when you wake up, you might feel that palpitation, or your brain could be hyperactive or in alert mode due to that anxiety and stress. So, parishani, ja man di parishani can be, bacche could be. की पकाना है जनानियां वास्ते. It could be you can't cope with time. It could be your job. It could be bullying that could cause you panic attacks and anxiety symptoms. So we need to become aware. Okay, if these symptoms are prevalent, then it's always good to respond or get in contact with somebody. We do amazing drops of Ayurveda range and also our remedies, which would help you to feel so much calmer, and simple remedies by our scan, the Nest scan that we have started now doing distance socializing in the clinic. It's come up with people with anxiety and stress a lot, and I'm quite surprised that it's coming up on every scan virtually. And there could be small changes in your body, such as a sudden, you've just braked while you're driving and suddenly you go into a panic or a fear attack of some, thinking that somebody could have knocked into you. That could trigger off. And I know a lady who has stopped driving completely, Racy, when she had those symptoms of driving. So she just put her foot, and she wasn't wearing the right slippers. Her foot slipped off the pedal. It's now 4 months she wasn't driving, and we've got her back to driving again. And there's another elderly lady. I need to get her to come and see me as well. She's about 65, and she had a similar experience where her foot didn't get to the pedal to brake, and she stopped driving. It's now a year. So that could lead on to the patient having a lot of fear built up. Patients could feel confused as what's happening. They could feel fogged out. You feel a bit fizzy in the head, or maybe have a blurry vision. Symptoms are so varied that you cannot say "Okay, it's going to be one or the other for all." It's all varied. Feeling of helplessness. And we also discussed that maybe you are sleeping, but you're not sleeping rested, and you're waking up with that palpitation. When you wake up, you're sweating, or your body feels a bit soaked, or your heart is racing and you're feeling shaky. How long do panic attacks last for? There's absolutely no time. They can sometimes come very fast and then dissipate with symptoms between 5 to 20 minutes, even to 1 hour for some people. And the peak could be within 10 minutes. You could feel quite a lot of anxiety. Some have a highlight level of anxiety for about an hour, and then it will disperse. Panic attacks vary from person to person, and every day from 1 minute to another, or every week it can vary. In my therapies that we do, we have the chill remedies, we have ESRs, we have the Nest scan. Even with a young mother who was panicking a lot and she wasn't falling pregnant initially. She's undergone our treatment, but the panic was of how she's going to feel. And she's had no tests done from the hospitals yet of the scans, but her panic was, is everything going to be okay? And we gave her 2 bottles, and she said, can I have one more because I feel so good? So I just posted that before coming over. So that's how amazing it is. Just a 30 ml bottle can do you such wonders, and it can relax you. All these other symptoms can affect organ function as well. And like we said, you can probably even have a raised blood sugar. Maybe it's the panic that you're feeling, Hannah. And then learning to do breathing exercises is what I teach a lot in my Reiki sessions, healing sessions every morning. But talking to somebody always helps, never keep it within yourself, or don't be shy. Shifting what you're focusing on can also help. So apna man de khayal jehde a unhanu thode pare karo. Listening to some good sound music, or some reassuring thoughts, or doing some physical exercise. So right now, it was quite obvious that the government really realized that people need to get out, and this was causing a lot of people anxiety sitting indoors, and a lot of other family issues were happening with the physical and verbal abuse as well, to people who are in kind of a difficult situation and a very tender environment. But doing the physical exercise and connecting with mother nature is so amazing, just looking at the birds and the bees, and looking at how the trees are growing, how the wildflowers are blossoming. Try to walk in the greenery, breathe in and breathe out, inhale and exhale, can reduce this anxiety attacks and palpitation. Can you try to put some music on, but to make sure that you are in a safe environment, that you can hear somebody walking behind you as well. Don't completely make yourself ear deaf by putting your headphones on, and sometimes that can be a bit insecure for you. With the NES, anxiety and panic attacks, we also make Ayurveda remedies, as I mentioned, and we also have naturopathy remedies. So if anybody has these symptoms, please connect me with me on 079 886 37295. I repeat, it's 079 886 37295. So with my talk therapy, we try to help you day to day, even over the phone. We can do consultations if you are unable to come, or you will become more in control. And it's like breaking the cycle of fear. Once that fear cycle is broken, you're more secure and away from that feeling of insecurity. Your breathing, you will benefit a lot, and you will be much calmer. We also help to shift and focus on more positive affirmations that I give my patients. Give you some gratitude exercises when you are in that panic attack, and writing what you're grateful for that day and moment. It's amazing that this guidance does work a lot. Even writing, what is worrying you, and that it does not serve you, and then put a positive point on that to say that you will not be worried about this, because it will solve on its own in due course. That's the guidance we give. And Mother Earth has got so much to give. Connect with the way there's water flowing. That could really help you. And just hear the water turn around or wish down. There's a lot of ionic energy when there's movement of water, and that really gives you a good feel factor. Imagine going to the beach, and why do we all feel good going to the beach? It's because of the waves crashing. They create this ionization of water, which gives you that lightness, and it's just a different environment to being in your home surroundings as well.
I think it's a lovely thought, that, and I don't think people think enough about things like water, the sounds of water, how calming that can be.
Yeah.
But we don't think about that.
Yeah.
But actually, you've put those into words,
Yeah.
and it's absolutely spot on. So
Yeah.
wonderful. Thank you.
So you may have been to the beach yourself, Ricky, and said, wow, away from the studio, this is great. Wish you could do it every month, Hannah.
Absolutely.
And you come back refreshed and recharged. So some little short journeys. It could be a little lake that you have near near your house where there are swans or birds or ducks, it just makes us feel so good. So that's so much part of the therapy. But also sometimes, these things, people are so stuck and rigid in their thoughts that they can't break away. So this is where then our remedies come in. Try as much not to be so dependent on allopathic drugs. They do work, but naturopathy does work amazing when it comes to anxiety and stress. Also, we'll be looking at eating a healthy diet, but this does not apply to everybody. If you're diabetic, it may not apply to you today. Or having a sound of the bells, which I do in my therapy as well. And I get so much amazing feedback from people with anxiety, stress, with pains in their body. They're saying they've not had a painkiller since they've connected with us, and their bowels are better. They are not shouting in the house. They are more focused, and they are actually doing more jobs with, kind of using their time well. Using a stress ball can help to reduce stress as well. So 2 little soft balls, maybe something that's just about, 20 pence a ball or 30 pence a ball. Try to keep them in your hand and use them as stress releasers. It gives you that feeling of calmness as well. Obviously, having feeling safe and reassured is very important, and we really endorse that a lot in our clinic with all the symptoms. Some people might, even with panic attacks, it affects the bowels as well and might feel bloated. It might make you feel very jittery in the lower abdomen, especially around the belly button. That is the most complex area where the panic attacks can hit, and it can affect the person very quickly. Going for physical training, so important. It could be just walking, it could be jogging, it could be just doing a hula hoop, or just dancing with some Bhangra music in the background in your own environment. It creates happy hormones, Hana. Even if you're doing some clumsy movements, there's nobody to judge you, but it increases good adrenaline. So dancing does help, or singing can help you a lot. Just sing or do a karaoke song yourself with any song that you know. Yoga, obviously, always known to help to calm down, increase more oxygen within the body. And that's the whole thing with my breathing exercises that we do every day at 9 o'clock, is learning to breathe, inhale and exhale, increasing oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide that our body does not need. Oxygen on us, if you're taking it in a controlled way on a cellular level, reduces the rush of carbon dioxide in the blood molecules. And that could be a very, very relaxing exercise. So you could probably hold your nostril from one side and inhale from one, exhale from the other, or just do it gently, but pulling your abdomen inside. That means your lower ab, and exhaling outside when your abdomen actually feels back to its original shape and size.
Sorry, Manjit, to interrupt. We just have a quick time for a break, and we'll be right back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, Manjit Kaur, and if you want to give us a call, just kar sakte ho ni phone in Punjabi or English, 01753 531016. Today we're talking about anxiety and mental health issues, etc. And of course, Manjit here to give you some great advice. You can also watch her on YouTube and on the Asian Star Facebook page.
Asian Star Radio. 101.6 FM.
This program is sponsored by the Vitality and Rejuvenation Clinic, IVA SL09DB. Call Manjit Kaur on 01753 651 475 or 07988 637 295. Email Manjit at manjitkaur51@yahoo.co.uk.
ਜਿੱਥੇ ਚੱਲੂਗਾ ਚੱਲੂਗੀ ਨਾਲ ਤੇਰੇ ਵੀ ਟਿਕਟਾਂ ਦੋ ਲੈ ਲਈ ਹੁਣ ਦੋ ਟਿਕਟਾਂ ਲੈਣ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁਣੇ ਡਾਊਨਲੋਡ ਕਰੋ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਸਟਾਰ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਐਪ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਮਾਰਟ ਡਿਵਾਈਸਿਸ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਰੱਖੋ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਸਟਾਰ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਮੁੱਠੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੰਦ ਮਾਣੋ ਇਹਦੇ ਖੂਬਸੂਰਤ ਤੇ ਮਿਆਰੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਨੰਦ 7 ਦਿਨ 24 ਘੰਟੇ
A police officer.
Someone who protects the people.
Protects the vulnerable.
Focused on doing the right thing.
Building trust in your community.
Representing one.
Representing all.
Someone who is there in times of uncertainty.
Every day is different.
As a police officer,
you can make an impact.
Now's the time to make your difference.
Become one of the 20,000 new officers. Search Join the Police.
This is an important update from the government about coronavirus. We all need to stay alert so we can control the virus and reduce the risk of infection. Staying alert means you must stay at home as much as possible. Work from home if you can. Limit contact with others. Keep your distance if you go out. And wash your hands regularly. Do not leave home if you or anyone in your household has symptoms. Stay alert. Control the virus. Save lives.
I don't think they're ready for this one.
Asian Star 101.6 FM. Online and streaming worldwide at asianstar1016.co.uk and on 101.6 FM. The Asian Star revolution has started and you're part of it.
This programme is sponsored by the Vitality and Rejuvenation Clinic, IVA SL09DB. Call Manjit Kaur on 01753 651 475 or 07988 637 295. Email Manjit at manjitkaur51@yahoo.co.uk.
Asian Star 101.6 FM, 25 past 12. It's a Tuesday, and Manjit Kaur is here with the Vitality and Health Program. Free advice 01753531016 right now. You can watch her on our Asian Star Facebook page or on Asian Star TV on YouTube right now. Call us and get your advice. Manjit is here. Head over to you, Manjit.
Hi, Rishi. Thank you for taking that the control in the studio. I really appreciate it, and really it's really a cause of concern, isn't it, in the community as well, even in our community, Rishi, all across, where people can't meet their grandchildren, adults cannot meet their own kids, grandparents are isolated, because of their conditions. But I think they're relaxing them a little bit now, and they need to come out of that fear now. I've got a lady who's just called while I was here, and she's actually not sending her children till September. She's made that decision. Imagine. But how she's going to cope. I know the kids are bored. I know they are actually living literally in the fridge and the freezer, she's saying. Every time they're so hungry. So it's all the frozen food. People are eating a lot more, drinking a lot more. So all those things have affected people's weight issues as well, because it's trying to deal with idle time, isn't it? And that causes the feeling of apprehension. So with the panic attacks and the stress that we're saying, try to talk to somebody, reach out. I'm there to listen to you, to help you, to guide you. We do phone consultations as well, Ricky. And that could be dealt with things then after we have assessed what is the cause. Then the specific remedies are made. The Ayurveda preparations are fantastic for anxiety, stress, and reducing the adrenaline rush. And you just need to talk to your children, tell them what's happening, and that their children are now worried that they can't be friends with the same crowd, and they have to be separated. That's causing children apprehension, Racy, that going to school they'll have to be isolated and they have to follow so many rules. We never had this in our time, Hana. It was such a wonderful carefree life, Hana. Going to the river, playing, not even worrying about infection, coming back home with one lost slipper, having gone into the river, life was just fun, and we never knew the word bored, Hana. And we did creative things, and that's what's missing. But I guess with this time, people have started doing a lot of creative things, and they have started doing even things from cardboards and boxes and cereal boxes, and never realized that they could do so many things to help kids just kill time, Hana. So it's really important. So walking outside, we said, is important. Get your children out in the greenery or walk out somewhere where the sun is getting to your body and giving you those happy hormones. And that pattern of panic attacks, what triggers this off is so varied, like we discussed very much in the earlier part of the program. For those who might have just joined in, it could cause sweating or trembling, or some women could even have hot flushes. and they would probably have a panic attack and feel flushed, and they think it's actually hormonal issues, but it's actually adrenal rush. Some people might just feel very cold and chilled. There could be choking sensations or chest pains, nausea, dizziness, feeling faint, and sometimes pins and needles in the hand as well. Dry mouth is another very common one that you might need to observe, realize that if you have those symptoms, it could be minor panic attack. Sometimes, as they say, Rishi, a stitch in time saves 9. So sometimes always get your problems addressed and solved earlier before it gets out of hand, and then you are more dependent on English drugs, Hannah. Some people might need to open their bladder a lot. That could be a panic attack as well. Nervousness and panic and stress may want you to go to the washroom a lot. Other people might have ringing in the ears. That's also a very common symptom. But the very common one is the churning in the stomach. You feel funny in the stomach, that's very common. It could be due to exams, it could be due to a new situation, or going for a new appointment or a new interview. That could cause you those symptoms. And then shivering or shakingness is very common. Symptoms of panic attack are unpleasant and can be accompanied by thoughts of fear and terror for some people. It could also be your waiting appointment for the hospital, not knowing what the outcome is going to be. That could make you feel quite worried, and a lot of people are feeling that. They are actually delaying going because they're worried and panicking of what it's going to be or what the result is going to be. So there I am saying, no, listen, you need to go and sort this out and find out what's the cause, but start our remedies. And then others have already healed before they've even had doctor's appointments. Although panic attacks can be frightening, they cause no physical harm as such. Other than the palpitation and a big rush of blood. So physically it's not endangering to the body, but can be for blood sugar and blood pressure. So you need to become mindful of that, or you'll end up eating a lot of different and varied foods. And the other apprehension is, oh my God, what will happen if I get the next attack? Bad foods that obviously people need to avoid as well, we'll discuss to the later part of the show. But for some people, it could also be a jaw pain that could cause panic attacks, or you could feel bloated and have indigestion symptoms, or start eating too much. Nail biting and being fidgety is also nervousness and a panic attack. Sometimes loss of a loved one, or it could be an issue. Illness or injury. I think in Asian culture, women face a lot of panic attacks and anxiety. And the worst one, I think, for our Asian women is arranging their kids' marriages, because of the preparation they have to do is a huge amount, and that could lead on to them feeling quite worried and knowing that everything will go right towards the end. Sometimes people with the panic attacks end up having low self-esteem. And there are stages of this, alarm resistance. Could be also exhaustion stages. People might have fear or fright. And sometimes the SAD syndrome, SAD, in the winter blues does cause people a lot of stress and panic attacks. That you need to become mindful of that. Thinking good thoughts will bring in positivity into your system, and you need to just express with somebody, but not keep it to yourself, Hannah. But stress may be a cause, or because of your overthinking as well, and that behavior could be getting snappy at work, or some bullying that could happen, causing muscle tension as well. So if your shoulders tighten up, a lot of people, the first place that it hits is the neck area. And the tapping exercises that Rishi, I do every morning at 9:25 as well, regular, is just bringing so many people. I've had MPs, I've had this morning people who are with the various parties who have rung back and messaged me on WhatsApp to say that they've really benefiting a lot with the tapping exercises. So that's really been very, very encouraging for me to say I must continue to assist and help people, Hannah. So we spoke about stomach being upset. that could make you feel bloated or constipated as well. Sometimes you might feel that panic attacks can make your stomach, and the bowels are the first thing that get affected, because that's a gut tube that is 23 feet long, with the 5-foot long colon, total of 28 feet long, that can get affected with this digestion. That could cause you heartburn, it could cause you bloatedness, it could cause you symptoms of not feeling full and that you want to eat more. And that's increased diet will not help, because then you are then eating more than your body's requirements, and that could trigger off symptoms of overweight as well. So sometimes we need to look at why people are overweight, but looking at times with the how to use that time rather than having that fright. That's important, that you need to steer away from that moment, and you do some breathing exercise, walk away from a tender situation as well. Yeah, because sometimes with any battle you need to realize that there is nobody who's a winner. Everything will be kind of having a collaboration and thinking well for the other person as well. You need to have good sleep, so before sleep trying to avoid watching any aggressive movies or watching news too much as well. We are saying be mindful of what's happening there, but too much of the news is really not helping people, because they are getting very disturbed with what's happening out there. Balanced diet is very important. Everybody's diet is assessed, and we give guidance to the diet that people may benefit from, and with that they would feel much better, but also be able to digest food much better, because when you're eating erratic foods or foods that are high saturated fats or high chocolate or high coffee. I had a patient, Racy, who's got such a bad skin condition, but he's on 9 cups of coffee a day with 2 teaspoons of sugar. So I basically calculated his sugar was about 24 teaspoons a day, which added in the cakes and the biscuits and the ice cream. And then he was shocked, and that was like a glass of sugar a day. And it made him realize, is that how much I'm having? The moment we told him to give that up, his attacks and his skin condition became much better, and he was resting. And the first day of treatment, he slept for 9 hours. After doing the talk therapy, because he was having such broken sleep, having so much coffee. And if he didn't, he would end up with the palpitation. Children on all these high caffeinated energy drinks need to become mindful. They are also ending up having a little palpitation and little panicky feelings, and their moods change very quickly. So become very mindful that your body does not need so much caffeine, and especially with this about having 4 teaspoons of sugar and about 4 teaspoons of coffee and about 8 teaspoons of sugar hidden. That's a lot to go in one energy drink, and that's not very good, because you become very dependent on that. You get those sugar spikes, So always look at what are the symptoms. Why are you feeling breathless? Why are you shallow breathing? Do you have jaw pain? While we were doing the exercises of tapping, I've had people talking about their jaw pains and how much better they feel having worked with the specific exercises that we guide them. And others might be tender because of there's some sort of softness in your jawbone. So that probably may not be, the jaw pain may not be a panic attack. It could be something also medical. So always get it checked out, and never try to just deviate from things to say, ho jayega, ja appe theek ho jayega. Things, sometimes there's got to be a reason why you're having that, because elevated levels of cortisol are not very good. They do create that rush and cause serious digestion problems, and cause serious dizziness and nausea, sickness, and food is wasted. When your cortisol levels are high, Racy, your desire to eat more food, because that's not digested, it's just left the system undigested, will be more. So your body will demand more food. and that means that you're having more calories than what your body needs every day.
Can I just remind our listeners, you're listening to Asian Star, obviously, and Manjeet is here with the Vitality and Health Show. She's parting with lots of free information and advice. Lo ji, Punjabi ch ਤੁਸੀਂ phone ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੋ ਜਾਂ advice ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਵੀ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸਾਡਾ phone number ਹੈ studio ਦਾ 01753531016, and we welcome anybody who wishes to have advice anonymously if you wish to do so, no problem.
Sure.
You can also see Manjeet there on our Asian Star TV or our Asian Star Facebook page. So we're coming up to a break, Manjeet, if that's okay, and we'll come right back in just a moment.
This programme is sponsored by the Vitality and Rejuvenation Clinic, IVA SL09DB. Call Manjit Kaur on 01753 651 475 or 07988 637 295. Email Manjit at manjitkaur51@yahoo.co.uk. A message from Sri Ganesh Jewellers. As we are currently living in extraordinary times, we at Sri Ganesh Jewellers would like to take this opportunity to wish all our community and customers a message of stay safe, stay well, stay at home, and we look forward to serving all of you when things resume back to normal. This message is brought to you by your jewellers, Sri Ganesh Jewellers, Berkshire's largest showroom off Whitby Road near Ramgarhia Gurdwara, with our one and only branch at 6 Woodland Avenue, Slough. Open 6 days, closed Mondays. For urgent inquiries, please call 07977 630 322. That's 07977 630 322 for an appointment.
This is a message from the government about the emergency measures to support the economy during the period of disruption caused by the coronavirus. To help you, your business, and your workers affected, you can apply for cash grants, business rate holidays, statutory sick pay relief packages, as well as the coronavirus job retention and self-employment income support schemes. For information, go to gov.uk/business-support now.
Immigration issues or immigration problems, overstayed in the UK or have a child aged 5 or 7 and want to apply on their basis? Do you need to bring your spouse or partner into the UK or family reunions? Need a work permit, student visa or a business visa? Do you want to apply for British citizenship and make a British passport, or are you a business and need a sponsor licence? Then look no further. Contact City Law Immigration today for all your immigration needs. For these and any other immigration queries, please contact Sandhya Parmar at City Law Immigration Limited to make an appointment in Birmingham or Slough. Call on 07701 037 908 or visit our website city-law.co.uk. Please note we have now moved to our new address, Regal Court Business Centre, 42 to 44 High Street, Slough, SL1 1EL. This programme is sponsored by the Vitality and Rejuvenation Clinic, IVA SL09DB. Call Manjit Kaur on 01753 651 475 or 07988 637 295. Email Manjit at manjitkaur51@yahoo.co.uk.
Asian Star Radio, good afternoon. Vitality and Health Programme with Manjeet Kaur. Over to Manjeet for our last segment of the show.
Yeah, just run my telephone number again. It's 07988637295. 07988637295 is my phone number, where you can call and make an appointment either via phone only or on WhatsApp or a Zoom call, or a little distant away from the clinic, but not in the consultation area. Our waiting area is larger, Racy, so we can keep that distance. Yeah, so people shouldn't worry and not be apprehensive about that. But really connecting with somebody, there's a lot of help out there. There is this marathons, there is some free help. Connect with your doctors. Try not to go too much onto antidepressants, because sometimes anxiety and prolonged anxiety and stress can cause feeling that you are under depression. So always give yourself time to work with natural remedies before you work onto some things that you may be dependent on. But also going on to hobbies and reading is important. That can relax you. It could be knitting, it could be crocheting, it could be going out for a walk, it could be baking, it could be cooking. reading some nice, gentle books that will relax you, trying to stir away a lot, especially at night, from blue light syndrome, which is the television light that can affect you to have broken sleep as well. And then a lot of foods, steer away from deep fried foods as much as you can. Processed foods, try to do some fresh juicing. All the juices that we actually create recipes for our patients are according to what their symptoms are. And like we said, try not to have too much caffeine dependency. Sometimes people are sensitive to foods that could also cause them anxiety or a palpitation or some sort of digestive problem. So we look at that too. Stomach imbalances and not having good digestion. We help you with all the digestive enzymes that could be depleted in your system. So we spoke about sugar and salt as well. So try to steer away as much as you can from all these processed sugars. If you really have a craving, then go more for figs or quality dates, the medjool dates, just to break your sugar craving. Try to reduce, even for panic attacks, we found that a lot of people on mayonnaise and products with the as salad dressings can trigger off digestive problems and create anxiety, thinking they don't know what's wrong. Guar gum also in many products can cause bloatedness, so be mindful about that. That could cause a lot of stomach issues, and it's virtually in many processed foods. So become mindful and look out for thickeners and something that's called guar gum, and it's virtually in every food. You'll be absolutely shocked. Reducing fried foods, and there's more options of oven baked foods these days, and try to use those options of gadgets rather than deep frying foods. As we spoke, that walking with nature is very important, but having water, because panic attacks can cause dryness of the mouth. So adding in about a pinch of salt and a pinch of glucose, if you're not pink salt, if you're not diabetic, then that could just help calm your electrolytes of your body and soothe you, and you might just feel much better, because when you have a tingling sensation, that could also be due to referred blood circulation or a drop in your body salts. So that would just help you to balance out quickly, and you'll probably notice a change quite quickly. So like we spoke, there's so much help out there. There is this marathons, there's some of your local religious places might be giving you help. But when it comes to the actual symptoms, which are now maybe in stage 2, where you're having irregular heartbeat, sweating, palpitation, trembling, ringing in the ears, hyperventilation, then the best thing is to approach us and take the right remedies in the Ayurveda range. As we spoke, we have a fantastic remedy of anxiety, anti-anxiety, Rishi, and that gives people very good immediate results. By day 2 and 3, they would feel much better. And when you see them for the second appointment, they always want that product again. As we spoke, meditation is very important. Meditation is something also that I said I do every day at 9 o'clock, helping you to connect with your inner chakras as well, and taking that energy in the breathing patterns that we request you to do. But also doing yoga is very important. Sitting in silence for a moment when you're feeling your symptoms are exaggerated, then that also helps to calm the rush of too much inhalation of oxygen, and then you're reducing the exhalation of carbon dioxide. That can affect and make you feel lighthearted. Find a companion or a friend to speak to. That's very important. And when it comes to food, there are some good calming teas. Some people get benefit from that, like the chamomile herb tea, but also Indian herb teas, something like fennel, ginger can help you with your digestive problems. A little bit of mint, pudna kandeya, adding chopping mint, or a bit of lemon, juice of 1 lemon in a glass, and sip that slowly. If you feel that you are drying or your mouth is drying a lot, then make some lassi, Punjabi lassi, which is yogurt with water. Whip that up. It's a perfect time right now to have lassi and reduce your stomach issues, but adding a bit of jeera powder, a bit of coriander, and garam masala, that could help you with your digestive issues. If those indigestions and food allergies and food sensitivities are causing you panic attacks and anxiety, then that's a good mindful way of thinking. If your blood sugars are dropping and that's causing you a bit of palpitation or anxiety, then a bit of honey, good raw honey, maybe about a quarter teaspoon in water. Drink that. That could be at any time of the day. That could help you just to calm down as well. But everything comes from the mindset, mindfulness. If you know something is triggering it off, then reverse that and think more positive, about that, and remove the negative. But it's easier said than done, isn't it? Because when somebody is going through it, you cannot put them in that blame game situation. They are there to get help, and you are there to assist them and not be critical, but just guide them in a very gentle way, because they are very tender in that situation, especially with Asian women who go through a lot of these problems of panic and stress and anxiety attacks is so common in women, but becoming very common with young girls. I've treated young girls as young as 15 who've had regular panic attacks, and then others who are 25 or 30 going through panic attacks because of the pressure from the family to get married.
Wow, yes.
So we help them to calm down and find their journey and the purpose they are there for their life, to find their partners and reduce stress. But panic and anxiety could also be finding a matrimonial partner, right?
Yeah, that's the biggest stress, I think.
As the biggest stress for parents is, especially with Asian parents. Obviously, we are looking a lot more now to looking at semi-arranged marriages than arranged, isn't it? And all those things can actually trigger off apprehension in young children. Obviously, there's a lot of peer pressure as well that could cause you having panic attacks in universities, in schools, children thinking that they need to have that gadget because somebody else has got it. Try to become a bit more content and grateful for what you have. But peer pressure is so much, even in clothes, and what your kid should wear and what kind of phone they should have. We didn't have this kind of stuff, isn't it? I think we had such a wonderful carefree life. Ours was competition for sports and education, that we must get over 90%, and anything less,
wasn't good enough.
Wasn't good enough for our parents as well. They would say, "Oh, thoda khor padhai karya karo," and it was taken on board as a very serious suggestion by the parent, because there was that respect. But I think with kids now, so much so on fast food, they are very badly demineralized and low on their slow on their development and physical development as well. That can cause them making to feel weak and tired within their body, or lazy. There's a serious problem of children not eating the right kinds of foods, and a lot is on frozen foods. Put them in the oven. That's a comfort food. There may be very nutritional value in those foods compared to something desi food is good. It's nutritious when it's cooked in the right oils as well, isn't it? But also making sure that you're having some good essential fats, like avocado is one of the great ones you can actually eat to just balance the essential fats if you're a vegetarian. And a good quality fish is also very important, because it helps to calm the brain parameters. It's important for the functions of the body, and also circulation. You need the warming effect of these fish oils in oily fishes like salmon, mackerel, sardines. Cod is a dry fish, maybe a bit of haddock. Tuna, sadly, is quite heavy in mercury, so I don't promote that a lot. And maybe a little bit more on turkey, which is a better meat than chicken, but it's personal choice as well. It's a sort of low lean meat as well. So adding all those things into your diet helps, but also working with social services as well can help. If you are in a difficult situation at home, then try to get some protection and help. If your panic attacks and anxiety is due to domestic violence, which is so common in today's time and age, then reach out for anonymous helpline. There are people out there, there are companies out there who are there to listen to you and help you to come out of that situation, or help the other partner to understand what your fear is. I had a patient who was my very old friend back home in Kenya, who was in USA, and her husband would come after 4 days. He would fly to Carolina and back again, and he would just come and laze around, and she had to deal with everything until she got in touch with the solicitor and saying, I'm going to call it off. And then he got to the house, and to save them, he sat and worked out a massive bill that the husband had to fork out for the child minding she had to do, for the nursing during the time they had measles and mumps, for the time she had to sit for the high temperature, and school and extra activities. And he made such a fat, genuine bill that he decided to put his butt into domestic chores. So women and young couples do have stress and anxiety of work. Share your chores, and he saved their marriage. And I thought that was just such a genuine service to do, rather than saying, okay, I'll take you to the journey of separation. And I thought that was very sensible for him, because he didn't see the monetary gain for that. And I think that's a story that's lasted in my mind, as the way she said it, and they're still now a happy couple, because he comes in and chips in to do the chores. It doesn't hurt men to do chores. So let's share and talk and become more friendly within our own environments, and listen to what our children have and what they need. We need sometimes to say they don't need it. But give them a reason of why, what, when. If we don't give our children the reasons, then they will rebel. And that would cause you stress and anxiety if the communication is thin. Hana? So my clinic number, I'll run that again, is 079 886 37295. My email is manjitkaur51@yahoo.co.uk. And like we said, you can connect every morning with me at 9 o'clock to do the Reiki healing and meditation. And then 9:25, we go through some amazing tapping exercises for the body to help to shift toxic waste, but also to be able to benefit from the previous session we've done at 9 o'clock.
Brilliant. Manjit, we just want to summarize the show now, because we've got about a minute and a half left.
So really looking at panic attacks, which is a worldwide problem. There is no age, no gender, and the time is not even known, what time it could trigger off. Only the person who's suffering from these symptoms of sweating, palpitation, trembling, ear ringing, irregular heartbeat, maybe also feeling choking or nausea, dryness in the mouth. All these symptoms need to be looked into. Like I said to you, always reach out before they get out of hand. Think of the lovely times that you've had. Good thoughts will stay in your heart forever. And nurture yourself. Try to keep up with the situations in life. There's good things and bad things, but it's how we cope with the bad and keep the good in our hearts. Hana? And like we said, there's so much out there in natural therapies that can be done. Sometimes even just talking to a friend or a therapist over the phone can save you from the next symptom to not develop. Hana? So I'll run that again. My clinic number for all appointments, which can be done over the phone, is 079 886 37295. And all remedies, even if you're distant, you're abroad, they are posted out without much delay. Depends if some remedies are not coming in time. People as far as Australia, America have received their products on day 4 and 5, and I was shocked how they got to Washington and New York in such a short space of time.
Sorry to interrupt. Time is up. I've got to go because the news is on its way. Thank you, Manjeet. You're back next Tuesday.
Yes.
Have a lovely week and take care.
Stay
Keep it right
cool and stay calm.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
This program is sponsored by the Vitality and Rejuvenation Clinic, IVA SL09DB. Call Manjit Kaur on 01753 651 475 or 07988 637 295. Email Manjit at manjitkaur51@yahoo.co.uk.
आएगी नहीं बल्कि आ चुकी है आपके सपनों की रानी, आपके दिलों की धड़कन। साथियों, मैं हूं अनु फ्लोरा और आप मुझे बरसों से सुनते आ रहे हैं ऑन योर फेवरेट रेडियो एशियन स्टार रेडियो, जो कि सुना जाता है स्लाव में 101.6 FM पर और दुनिया भर में अपने